Coach Ponce, Michael McCammon, Cardinal Authority. We all know how the season that Micale had last year, and clearly is the number one guy this year. So what's the spotlight? What's the competition for that number two spot been like so far in fall camp?
Well, it's been great. Kids are very competitive. And, you look at Evan and you look at Puma, and those guys are out there, and obviously they want to get an opportunity to play at some point, and they're out there competing really hard. They understand what we're trying to do. Every day they've shown improvement. They've made a lot of big plays down the field and just throwing the ball. Even in the run game, they've made some great reads and made some great choices. So we're excited about both of them. Obviously, you guys were able to see them play last year, and we feel comfortable with any of those guys. We really have a great quarterback room. Very proud of those guys, the way they've developed, and keep working hard and just getting themselves better.
Hey, Coach Ponce, Cameron from the Courier-Journal. I'm curious, when you guys first got here, what was your kind of first impression, your first thoughts when you saw Micale kind of get some reps going, and then as he continued to improve, is this the trajectory you kind of thought he would be at if he continued to work on his game?
Well, I'll be honest. When we first got here, I was able to see him on film a little bit, and I knew what kind of quarterback, what kind of game he had. And obviously, that was more of a run-oriented, run-first mentality on his part. And when we were able to practice, we kind of struggled at the beginning, just understanding the concept where we want to get the pre-snap with the defense as far as the reads are concerned, and then the post-snap. So there's a lot of teaching that took place, a lot of learning by him, and he did a phenomenal job just learning and spending time in the film room and asking questions, and really made a decision to become a better passer. And I think right now he's done some things on film here during camp that it makes you very proud of the progress that he's made. Obviously, we saw the improvement throughout the season, but really right now he's made some big strides and gotten better and more patient in the pocket, more poised back there, making accurate throws from the pocket. So those are the things we wanted to see from him. And just the development has been tremendous on his part. And again, all credit to him because of the choice that he made to become a student of the game. And as a quarterback, you have to be one. And so he's done that extremely well. And we look forward for him to keep growing as a quarterback.
Frank, this is Ken with WHAS 11. Are you surprised by the amount that he's improved in such a short period of time?
I am. It was very surprising at the beginning to see the improvement throughout the season. Like I said, at the beginning, it was a little frustrating, a little patience on our part and his part. And, he would get a little frustrated, tell me, listen, it's going to take a little bit of time. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You just got to continue doing the things you're doing. So, but then when you see the big improvement, and I tell this to everybody, it happened the second half of the NC State game. I thought that's where he started understanding and just really becoming, going into his own as a quarterback. And then from there, he just took off. And now he's playing with a high level of confidence. And, we're very excited about the game that he brings now because he's now no longer a one-dimensional quarterback. He's now a dual threat and a true dual threat. He can throw the ball extremely well. He's got a strong arm. He's smart. And he understands where he's got to put the ball. And, again, he can always hurt the defense with his legs.
Coach Cameron again. And obviously last camp when Micale got hurt, you really only had two quarterbacks. And much this season last year, you really only had two quarterbacks. Is it a relief knowing you have four guys now, even though he's a freshman, just four guys you can kind of get reps to and just have a little bit of depth if somebody goes down?
No, absolutely. It's always a little bit relaxing and stress relieving for a coach to have several guys in the room that can go out there and play for you and play at a successful level and a very high level to go out there and be able to lead your team to a victory. So, and all three guys have done it. All three guys have done it, so we feel good about that. Obviously T is very young. He's still learning. He's got a ways to go. He shows signs of he's going to be a good one. He's going to be a good one. But right now, the three guys are way ahead of him. It's just the maturity level and understanding being here for a while already and understanding what they have to do that keeps them ahead. But you're definitely right. We feel good about all three of them.
Coach, this is Gary
Coach
Graham from the AP. Can you talk about keeping Puma's confidence up despite the injuries and the change of his status from the beginning of last year?
Absolutely. We talk to Puma all the time, and Puma's a very level-headed kid, and he understands that he's working himself back into playing more. And he's there now. I mean, he's doing some really good things out there. He's making some good throws. Today he had a nice little run. He's had a lot of good throws throughout camp. So, he's excited. And we always talk about having fun out there. That's one thing we preach to our guys, the entire team, is always have fun. Enjoy yourself out there doing something you love. So his state of mind, I think, is at a good place, and he understands that he's got to continue to get better and keep working. And at the end, everything's going to work out for him.
Coach, this is Matt Micale with Sports Illustrated. Kind of piggybacking off of that question, the last time we spoke to you, you called Micale and Puma kind of 1A and 1B on the depth chart. With how much competition there's been in fall practice so far, do you think there's a legitimate shot that Puma could indeed see some starting reps this season, or do you think Micale has a stranglehold on the starter's position?
And so right now, to be honest with you, I think Malik Cunningham has developed himself into a true number one, and then you have Puma and Conley now battling for number two. He's separated himself a little bit from the other guys. He's done extremely well, like I said, in practice. But, in the spring, it was very tight. Those guys, I mean, you guys have to see if you get a chance to see practice, and obviously you see how competitive these guys are, all three of them. So it keeps it very close, very tight for those guys. But I think right now Malik is separated himself a little bit.
Coach Frank, this is Ken again with WHAS. And, between yesterday's practice and today's practice, obviously a couple Power 5 leagues postponed the fall football season. How did your guys just react today, and how did they kind of come out?
Well, we've had a great practice yesterday and today. The biggest thing that Coach Satterfield tells the kids, and we tell our guys, is we can only control what we can control. And what we can control right now is going out there, practicing, having fun, getting ourselves better, working on our craft. And we'll see what the decisions are made later on. But, our protocols here are excellent. We listen to our medical advisors. We do what we're supposed to do. It's been great. Our kids have been phenomenal, taking care of themselves and our entire organization as a whole. So, the guys are just working hard. Coaches are working hard. We continue to go. We're moving on as planned, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully, everything works out.
Hey, Coach Ponce, Cam again. Just from your talks with Micale, do you feel like the hype ever gets to him, or do you feel like the hype and everything that's kind of around the offense motivates him more than anything?
No, I don't think it'll get to him. We have some talks on it, and we really do. And we got to stay grounded. We have to stay grounded. We still have goals we have to achieve. We still have things that we got to get better at. So he understands that, and we make sure that we stay grounded and continue to get better. And that's the biggest thing. And, our fundamentals at the position have to improve, both in the run and pass game. So we get all these accolades, and we're listening to all this, and we're not going to fall into it. We don't want to fall for that. We was going to continue to get better. And then I tell them, listen, we have a goal. Everything else will take care of itself at the end, but you keep getting better as a quarterback and as the leader, and we'll be fine.
Frank, this is Ken again with WHAS 11. Compared to this time last year, obviously you guys are a run-first offense, but where is the passing game at this year compared to last year? Are you guys way ahead?
Yes, sir, absolutely. A tremendous improvement, tremendous jump from last year at this point. And, we're excited about our team and where we're offensively with the run game, with the pass game. We're very efficient in what we do. So, our guys have worked extremely hard, and they just continue to get better every single day. And we're just excited. We have a lot of good players, and the biggest thing is we have some hardworking guys on the football team, and that's the biggest thing that is going to help us win football games.
Hey, Micale, Cameron with the Courier-Journal. Obviously, it's a little bit different position for you guys at the quarterback spot this year in camp, because you have a much more depth than you had last year. Just what have you seen from guys like Puma, Evan, and then even T as he's kind of getting acclimated to the offense?
As a group, it's been good seeing those guys compete, seeing those guys come out each and every day, trying to get better on things that we didn't do good the day before. And over the last couple of days, with 8 practices, we've been doing a good job of progressing as a group.
Micale from Cardinal Authority. You were pretty quick to join the "We Want to Play" movement. What's the energy or emotions been like as you guys have practiced the last couple of days following that?
It's been great seeing the conference come out and clear a lot of things up in the air, and it was good that the Big 12 came out the other day. And it's just as a team, it was real positive around here when we found out the good news. I mean, the energy's been up. We had tons of energy, and guys just want to play. I mean, we're here to play football, and that's it.
Micale, Jerry Tipton with the Herald Leader in Lexington. How confident are you that there will be a season?
I'm very confident with the ACC and the medical team and what they've been giving us the feedback. It's pretty solid, and we're looking forward to the season and nothing else. I mean, as a whole, we all want to go out there and play. We know we have to be safe, and we've been doing those protocols since June, and it's been working for us. And so why not go out there and play?
Micale, this is Gary Graves from the AP. Coach Ponce was talking about just your improvement and growth. Where have you seen your instincts change under him and in the system?
Those guys came in and they were trying to make us more, or make me more. Coach Ponce came in and made me more of a great decision maker. A lot of decisions that I made over the last couple of years they weren't bad decisions, but I've gotten a lot of better on just knowing where to go with the ball, and if it's not there, not forcing it and just throwing it away or finding my back, or just take what I can get with my legs and not forcing the ball down the field. So he's done a good job, man, with that, and he's helped me build a lot of confidence. I mean, like I said last time, I wouldn't be able to do none of those preseason awards without my O-line, and I just give thanks to those guys and Coach Lear.
How hard was it to go from like a run first mentality to trying to stay patient in the pocket?
It's been very easy. I mean, I've been running my whole life, since I came out of the womb, and so passing just something that I really wanted to get better at. And the coaches came in, and we have a great receiver coach who's on top of the receivers, and the timing has been great during this camp.
Micale, Cameron again. You probably get a better look at the DBs in the corners than anybody, since you're kind of throwing near them when you guys go offense against defenses. What have you seen from their improvement from the bowl game and now, and how much do you feel like they're going to be able to take the next step this year?
Oh, man, I have so much confidence. Me and Coach Brown actually talking the other day. I have so much confidence in those DBs. I mean, it's like night and day with those guys. I mean, we got a new guy, Trey came in. He was coming in and challenging those guys like challenging Marlon and AJ. And a lot of those young guys like Greedy as well. Those guys have been sticking out a lot. And we got some DBs that can ball and they can run. So that's good to see.
Micale, this is Ken with WHAS 11. Obviously, you weren't the starter at the beginning of last season, but where do you think how much farther do you think the passing game is, 7-8 practices into this fall camp opposed to where it was last year?
It's very, considering that this is our second year in the offense, so me and the guys got to know where to go and know where the guys need to be. I feel like last year we was kind of learning on the run. And considering that it was not a hard offense, not a complex offense, it was kind of easy. So I feel like we grasped it a little quick. And so now that we're in it, we're ready to go.
Micale, and just in terms of the season, you mentioned that the ACC coming out just helped you out so much and made you feel confident about it. But are you 100% sure there will be a season, or is it maybe in the back of your mind basically like, look, until I get there, maybe there's always going to be just a titch of doubt?
I mean, yeah, there's always the little uncertainty, but life is really uncertain. We really don't know what's the next move. So that the ACC came out with that yesterday, they said that we were going to move forward, and the medical guys are handling that part. So we put it in their hands to handle that, and we should go out there and play football.
Micale, hey, it's Jody Dimling with Cardinal Authority. I look back last year in spring ball last year, and you and Coach Ponce both talked about, it was early in him being here, but that your accuracy needed to improve. How did you improve your accuracy so much from that year, that spring ball till last season?
Honestly, we got a 3-hole net and we got a drop net. So this whole summer, that's when I was back home and back up here. I went during quarantine. That's the only thing I was doing, working on the drop net and working on the 3-hole net, trying to work on my accuracy. And I've been paying dividends this fall camp.
Micale, Coach Ponce said, I think it was the NC State game, he thought a light went off for you in the second half. Would you agree with that? And if so, what was it about that game that everything kind of turned around for you?
Yeah, because like in the first half, they were really sending a lot of pressure, and I was trying to get out of there too fast, I feel like, and they were just telling me just stand there a little longer, and everything is coming open. So we'll give a term. I don't think I can say it on here, but like just standing there and make that throw. And in the second half, the O-line and the running backs figured out the different pressures, and it was over with from there.
Was it as simple as maybe you have to trust your teammates? Like you have to trust your line to pick up the blocks. You have to trust the receivers and the backs to do their jobs as well.
Yeah, that's basically what it was. And since that game, I feel like I've gained so much trust and confidence from those guys, and they got my back, and I know they got my back. So going into camp, I wasn't really thinking about the protection. I'm worried about getting the ball to the receiver because I know Hawk and Sonny and Jay Mitch and the O-line, they're going to set the protections, and they'll handle that part. I just got to do my part and for us to be a good offense this year. Everybody just doing their job, and execution is going to handle itself.
Any further questions?
Hey, Micale, Jerry Gibson again. Sorry.
Go ahead, Jerry.
I just wondered, Micale, with all the expectations you guys have of having a good season, how tough would it be to deal with if, for whatever reason, there wasn't a season?
I mean, that'll be very tough for a lot of guys because, I mean, like I said, like I tweeted out, I mean, back where a lot of us from, it's not good for us to go back home right now during this time. A lot of, like, killing and things like that, trying to stay out of the way. I mean, you can catch the virus just like you can catch it here. Like, being out in the street, it's very unsafe. So, I mean, I feel like without having a season, it would definitely hurt us, but we're thinking positive right now. So, season it is.
Micale, this is Matt McGavitt from Sports Illustrated. Going up against this defense every day in practice, how much different is it from fall camp last year?
It's very different. Those guys are very much better than last year. We got a lot of guys with speed and strength up front on that D-line, and they're very smart. They pay attention to detail, and I really can't wait to see those guys run around this year, honestly.
Any other questions? Micale, thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good day. Mask up.